Hi, I'm Anya Culling and I'm a marathon runner here at the T100 Triathlon with...
Sodaro here. I just raced the T100 Triathlon this afternoon and cheering on Anya tomorrow.
Hi Chelsea, congratulations on your race today. How are you feeling, both probably physically and mentally?
Oh man, it was a rough day, but I got it done. I crossed the finish line, which was goal number one. I needed to get some points on the board for this T100 thing, but yeah, I'm happy to be done and now get to celebrate your race tomorrow. Your first Olympic distance.
Yeah, first 200 Olympic distance, yeah, which will be great. Thank you very much. I think you inspired so many people out there today, especially like girls like me. What do you think about like the barrier to entry of girls in triathlons? I know there's like in the UK it's like 30% of triathletes are female. It was really cool to be able to watch an all-female race as a female today.
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely have an equity issue in triathlon. The cost of entry is really high. You know, there's so much equipment, so we don't have a lot of women participating and we don't have very much diversity in our sport, which are things that need some work. But I am so passionate about having the women having their own showcased race. You know, similarly to what's happening in Ironman right now, you know, we have like the women have their own world championships now, which I think is really important for like the media and for a woman to be crossing the line like in actually first place. So I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean the dynamics are super interesting when, you know, we have a very small field of just female athletes racing out there, but it showcases some people's strengths, and hopefully it was fun for spectators to watch.
It really was, yeah. Talking of Ironman, you are an Ironman world champion, which is amazing. How was your transition from running into triathlons? Because selfishly, as a runner myself, I would love to do that.
I think the good part about coming from a running background is that you know you have your strength to look forward to. And that can be tricky because maybe the weaknesses come before the strength, so you're chasing all day long, but I always want to be the hunter. Yeah. Like I always prefer to be hunting people down. So that is the fun part about coming from a running background. The challenging part, of course, is navigating the swim and like the physicality of that sport. I still have to work on like my headspace in the water, being around so many other people. I think a lot of us who aren't maybe natural or lifelong swimmers have kind of the fear of drowning, and the physicality is really unnerving. But experience helps with that, and just like practicing and getting a feel for it, I think, yeah, can help you improve. And then you have like great running muscles, which will translate to the bike. So it's a fun adventure, yeah. I got into triathlon because I was just like, I had to know if I could do it. And I think that resonates with a lot of people getting into the sport maybe like a little later in life, is that they're just really curious about the challenge.
Yeah. Did you feel like you'd completed running? Is that why you went into triathlons, or just you wanted a bigger challenge?
I was having a really hard time staying healthy, and I had some big disappointments towards the end of my running career and was sort of ready to move on from professional sport. And my husband and I were watching the Olympic triathlon actually in Rio, and he said, I think you'd be good at this. You should give it a try. And I just got sort of obsessed with the idea, as we do.
That is what I feel like watching it today. But you came third, I think, overall in the run today, which is amazing. How much focus do you still put on running, or do you have to focus more on your cycling and your swimming now?
I'm working on putting a big focus on my cycling because that's where I think I have the most room to improve. So I still do hard running sessions, but I don't do a lot of like easy sort of junk mileage.
Yeah.
My main focus is on the bike right now.
How much do you think is mental and how much do you think is physical?
I think in endurance sports, the mental game is incredibly important. I always feel, especially in triathlon and these events that are so long, like 3 to 8.5 hours for me, that a lot of it comes down to your self-belief and your like internal narrative and what you tell yourself. So of course you have to have the fitness to back it up, but you also have to have the conviction to stick with it.
Do you have like a mantra that goes through your head when it is going tough or in the race today?
Yeah, one of my favorite mantras is yes, 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 which I got from my daughter right before I won Kona. She was in this toddler phase of saying no to everything, and so we would sing yes, yes, yes to her. And ironically, we're like in a stage now of really making sure she has like bodily autonomy. So teaching her to say things like no means no. But the yes, yes, yes for me really is all about like leaning in when things get hard and like saying yes to the pain and yes to the challenge. And we go through lots of dark spots in these very long races, but it always comes around eventually. Like there's always a brighter moment ahead where you get into your groove or start to feel good again.
Yeah.
And so like the yes is just about getting myself there.
Yeah, it's up there. And little Sky, she must be so proud of her mummy. Would you encourage her to get into triathlons? Does she? What age will you get her in cleats?
I really hope that she is into a sport that is more like type 1 fun than triathlon. Like maybe soccer, football, or golf, or tennis, or something that's like a game. I just like happen to be pretty good at the swim, bike, run thing, and that's what I do. That's why I do it. But I don't think it's always like the most fun. It's just really hard.
Well, it's fun at the end.
It's fun at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun at the end.
Yeah. As a mum, how do you balance it all? There must be days when you're so tired and cranky like a normal human, but how do you fit it all in?
Yeah, I have a lot of help. My husband is at home with my daughter full time. There's a few women who are choosing motherhood now in my sport, and it's so interesting. Yeah, to hear them talk about it. And I think back to when I, was pregnant. I was like, I'm just gonna, like get on my bike right after I have her and pop back right into training, and everything will be great. And there's so much more to it than that. I think I thought that my kid would just like sleep in her bassinet by the trainer when I was on my bike, and that's not how things went at all. Like you're so consumed with this new person and love, and it's really hard to be away from your kid when you first have a baby. But this is all to say that I have a lot of support. My husband stays at home with my daughter full time, and my parents are really involved in her lives. My Sky is actually at home in Boulder with my mom right now. So it really takes a village, as cliche as that sounds.
Yeah, well, you're a total mumspiration, inspiration. I want to be you in the triathlon world. So thank you so much for inspiring us all.
Thank you. How are you feeling about your race tomorrow?
After watching you, scared, but also very, very excited. I think this will be a line in the sand, and I'm ready to see what I can do if I really commit to some triathlon training.
That's so exciting. So have you been on kind of a triathlon training program or just sort of dipping your toes in the water?
Totally dipping my toes in the water, relying on my general fitness already.
Great.
With a tiny bit of running and swimming. But I'm at the point now where every swim, every cycle is like the best I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like I'm just on this like streak, which is very addictive at the moment.
One of my favorite parts of getting into triathlon actually was seeing how quickly I was improving at the swim and the bike, because, as a lifelong runner, it would take me months and years to, improve my 5K PB by a couple seconds. Yeah. And even now I feel like I'm still getting better, which is so fun. It's so fun to like see your own personal improvement.
Yeah. So you picked up triathlon. This is just me selfishly asking questions now. You picked up triathlon in like 2017, and by 2022 you were a world champ.
That's right. Yeah, I had a pretty quick trajectory. So anything is possible, as Ironman would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really haven't been afraid to like go all in and throw myself into these projects, and that is a very privileged, opportunity. But I just like had to know how good I could be, and it seems like you're really excited to find out what's possible for you too.
Yeah, find my limit. Well, before London Marathon, I was in a bit of a rut, and I was like saying I'm not going to do London Marathon. I'm not my fittest. I'm not ready for it. And obviously, I'm so pleased I did do it. I was having so much self-doubt, and then the support out there, and it really did put my name out there in the elites, and it got rid of a lot of self-doubt and like imposter syndrome, and it made me realize like I am inspiring people, which is so mental to say, but that is ultimately all I can ask. That some people are like, oh, if Anya can do it, like so can I. So if my narrative is, yeah, proving that it is possible to go from a 4 hour 34 marathon to a 2 hour 34 marathon, like, yeah, I will own that massively. It's give me so much confidence and just like my spark back for life, really. I'm really proud of myself for doing London Marathon. Yeah.
That's amazing. Ugh, that's so cool. That gives me chills, honestly. It's amazing, like, what can happen when you just give yourself the opportunity, right? Like,
Say yes, yes,
yeah, say yes.
Yeah.
Say yes and see what's possible. I think, like, you'd be surprised how many athletes, like, doing what I'm doing, even have so much doubt before the races and don't know if they should be here or if they belong here. But you have to give yourself, like, a shot.
So we're obviously both part of Team SunGod, which is a pretty cool team to be a part of. How important is your team and having inspirations around you for your performance?
Yeah, I mean, I think my, like, personal team is everything. They keep me going when things, get hard or I'm not feeling super motivated or fired up. And then being part of like a broader Team SunGod has been such a fun experience. It's pretty cool to, be teammates with somebody like Courtney Dauwalter and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and just feel like invested in their performances and excited and inspired by what they do. So I feel so connected with the brand and like the ethos behind what SunGod is all about. And it's fun to see other athletes share those same values.
Do you have one idol inspiration that you look up to?
Oh man, just like in life. And I think honestly, my mom, she went to medical school when I was 1, and then had my brother during medical school and went on to have this incredible career and also raised a family at the same time. So it was really just about like watching her pursue two, hard things at the same time inspired me to make, yeah, the choices I've made in my career and life. How about you?
You're my inspiration. No, but like honestly, you are an inspiration. Like just you've been through such a journey, such a quick, rapid rise, which yeah, is similar to like my running, which I can like really relate to. And I just know how hard you must have worked to get here, and I respect that so much. And your attitude, your humility, and the way you have a bad race and you completely flip it. And yeah, I think you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you. Blush.
We did prepared.
I know.
Crying.
They let you guys warm up before the swim?
Oh, I don't know.
They let you jump in?
I
Well,
doubt
one of the
it.
things that I like to do before the race is just like lie on the ground or lie in the water and look up at the sky and feel like a little moment of gratitude for the opportunity to be there, because it can feel so nerve-wracking and I'm always like totally freaked out before these races. But taking one moment to like center myself and breathe and think about how we get to do this and we choose to do this. Yeah, and have fun. Smile a little bit. Smiling makes you faster, I hear.
Yeah.
Like gives you the good hormones and energy.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
100%.
Good luck tomorrow. Have so fun.
Thank you.
You're gonna be great. I'm so happy to meet you too.
I'm so excited.
Crush it.